Moving on to more positive news. This morning, Fox 61's Keith McGilvery is on the road going across Connecticut, celebrating some of the state's most talented young people as part of our Student News Awards tour. And he's kicking things off at Daniel Hand High School in Madison right now. Good morning, Keith.
Tim Lammers, what a morning it is. Every year, students from all across the state of Connecticut, young journalists, send us their stories that, of course, you see right here only on Fox 61. We air them every week, and then our team of journalists, we sort through all of them to pick the best of the best for our Fox 61 Student News Award winners. And what a treat it is as we kick off our tour this morning. Joining me this morning, Brian Byrne and Nick Lynch, the winners of our Big Y category, also sponsored in hard news for the story you folks did on plastic bags here in Connecticut. And I get to present you guys with thousands of dollars, $2,000. I'll let you hold that, my friend. And Nick, what's going through your mind?
I don't know. It's pretty crazy. I never thought I'd actually win because it was a long process, but it came out pretty good, and I'm pretty happy right now.
Brian, tell us a little bit about that process. How did things get started? What did you kind of learn throughout as a journalist?
Yeah, we picked the topic of the 10-cent paper bags, and that was an issue in our community, and we thought that was a really good story to do for our project, and it was a really interesting experience. I learned a lot about journalism and videography, and I just really enjoyed the whole thing.
Nick, what were kind of some of the challenges that you faced? We are doing this every day, but I'm an adult with 2 degrees. You guys are in high school. You're pulling this off. What was the process like for you?
It was very hard. We were staying after class and always fixing the video up because whenever we do something, a new challenge would pop up. So we'd always be fixing it and re-editing everything. So it took a while.
And Brian, you guys tackled this plastic bag topic, which everybody in Connecticut knows all about that tax. Why that topic? Why kind of shed light on an issue like that?
Well, yeah, I mean, we've growing up, I've always been told, reuse, reduce, recycle, and it didn't really come clear to me how big of an issue it was until we had this 10-cent rule implemented, and once that rule was implemented, I saw how big of an impact it could have on the community, and I thought that this is something that we should spread the word about, and I hope that with the video we can get awareness for it, and yeah, I just thought it was a really good issue to pick.
So we should point out all of these winning entries, all of our submissions on our website, fox61.com, if you want to check them out. I should point out Daniel had a long history of participating in our Student News Awards. Audrey Kuchin from our team, a proud graduate and participant. Nick, for schools that maybe aren't involved just yet or in the early stages of being part of Student News, what's your advice to another young journalist who is looking at this and saying, hey, this is really cool, I could end up with $2,000?
I don't know. I mean, you always got to try it. You never know what's going to happen. So if you put yourself out there, there's a chance, and it's better than nothing. I don't know.
Anyone you want to thank this morning?
Mr. A, because Mr. A, when I first started, I didn't even know how to hold the camera, but now I know how to do everything. So that was pretty cool.
I didn't know that either when I started. How about you, Brian? Anyone you want to thank this morning?
Yeah, Mr. A, giving us the opportunity for us to do this project.
Can we show Mr. A here? That's Mr. A. Kudos to you. Listen, gentlemen, congratulations. What an honor here as we continue our tour. We should say a big thank you to our sponsor as well, Big Y, for this award. These 2 gentlemen sharing $2,000. Not bad, my friends.
Thank you.
Congratulations. We're getting back in the Fox 61 Storm Tracker because the prize patrol continues. Ed McMahon, watch out. I have more checks to hand out this morning, but for now, at Daniel Hand High School with 2 of our Student News Award winners, I'm Keith McGilvery, Fox 61 News.
Fox 61's Keith McGilvery is back out on the road. He is doing our tour celebrating some of the state's most talented young people. It is our Student News Awards tour happening once again. We're so glad to do this. And now Keith, right now this morning, is in Cromwell handing out these awards to these really incredible young people. They are so impressive, Keith.
so impressive indeed. I was saying there is no way I would have been able to pull this off at their age. And the Storm Tracker, we didn't have to go anywhere. We are still at Cromwell High School because our second awardee of the morning, this school is racking them up, Bailey Wilson, with our Governor's Prevention Award, $2,500. Congratulations, Bailey. Tell everybody at home a little bit about what your story's about, as Olivia, your classmate here, is going to walk us through the video. Go ahead.
So my story is about the weight of backpacks and how it affects students' everyday life.
And what made you come up with that idea?
Well, I noticed that my backpack was really heavy, and since we don't use our lockers in school, I thought it would be a good idea to research it.
And so as we look at your video here, I put my backpack on display too. This is something that kids are talking about, parents are talking about, teachers are talking about. What did it take to put this piece together?
It took a lot of interviewing, and I talked to a lot of people of how they felt about it. But it was nice to get the gist of everything and understand how everyone felt about it.
Wow. Alyssa, you run the program here with a partner at Cromwell High School. Talk about the success your students have had.
I mean, the time and dedication that they put into this, as I was saying to, their parents, they would come in during their study halls, they come in early, and they were so dedicated to this, and the issues that they focused on were making a difference, and we wanted to show that to their classmates, and what was going on around here in high schools, their scheduling programs, and, concerns for the weight of their backpack and how much they're carrying around when we are a one-to-one school. So we were trying to reduce that and make awareness for it. So these kids really worked hard on trying to show that.
All this week I've been asking our educators kind of how the picture with education has evolved over the years. For somebody who has not been in a classroom in a long, long time, how does a program like this help prepare kids and educate them, for the future, given kind of where things stand today?
Well, I think the exposure to technology and the variety of it and what they can do, and, not only with the equipment here we have in the school, but these kids were taking advantage of using anything they had at home, using their own personal cameras, their phones, and trying the best that they could with what equipment they had. But it gives them that heads up for the future and giving them that opportunity to, be, a multitasker and be versatile in what they can use to get their point across or their story out there.
All right. I know we want to thank Bailey's mom and dad who are over here. Bailey, what did you learn about yourself through the process?
I learned that I'm able to get things done when I want to. If I put the effort in, I can definitely get it done.
Well, winning $2,500, our Governor's Prevention Award, as just a freshwoman, you're headed into sophomore year. Best of luck. Hope to see more from you. And our awards tour continues. Will we stay here? Are we headed someplace else? You'll have to stick around. You think we're here? We'll see our 9 o'clock hour. A lot more prize money to give away. But for now, at Cromwell High School, I'm Keith McGilvery, Fox 61 News.
Fox 61's Keith McGilvery is back on the road this morning, celebrating some of the state's most talented young people as part of our Student News Awards tour. This morning he's at Cromwell High School doing some good things. Keith, who do you have with you this hour?
Tim, we have more exceptional, both a student and a teacher as well. Every year, the Fox 61 Student News Program teaching kids across Connecticut about journalism and what it takes to put a newscast together. We then look at the best of the best and hand out thousands of dollars in award money. And we haven't had to travel this morning because Cromwell High School is racking it up. Olivia Polkowski, $2,500 for you. You won our hard news category for a story that I think so many parents, students, and families would relate to. We have it here. We have it full screen back at the station. Tell us a little bit about what you did.
Yeah, so I thought it was a very important issue to discuss how kids are overscheduled, because I know personally, I struggle through it throughout high school, especially now as a freshman. So this was a great opportunity for me to express how I'm doing so we can improve for the future.
What have you taken away from this experience? I know your teachers have said you've worked so incredibly hard, your classmates as well. What have you learned through the process?
Gosh, I've learned a lot. I've learned to, really stick with what you know, to really focus on what you want to do, and to really try your best in school, because it's all that matters.
All right, and so much of this success is attributed to the wonderful teachers across Connecticut who have really stepped up to make this possible. Doug, you teach here at Cromwell High School. You worked with these young people, 3 winners here. You've gone through our training. There is a lot that we ask of you. What has the experience been like?
It's been a great experience. I love working with video and have been doing that for years. And to see the creativity and the passion come out in the kids' stories, the way they bring them together, really makes it all worth it.
High school can be a tough time, I think, for a lot of kids. Talk to me how you have seen these students grow with confidence, with their maturity. Kind of what has that evolution process looked like?
For sure. It's funny because when we first start out, especially with freshmen in the class, it's usually a mixed class. So, a lot of times they're kind of quiet or a little shy about it, afraid to get in front of the camera, or even saying they don't want to get in front of the camera. And then, once they get going, you really see that grow, and that confidence is there. And just seeing the way they're carrying themselves today during these interviews and everything, you can definitely see that growth.
Yeah, we met Bailey in our last hour. Olivia, when we watch your piece, you are just full of confidence, full of energy. Why is it so important that young people be able to tell the stories of Connecticut and that they not just come from old folks like me?
Well, because it's good to get everyone's voice out there. I feel like it's important for everyone to have, a voice, and for me to be able to get this opportunity to share like one of my major concerns about like life in general. It's great.
And your advice to somebody who may be a freshman, I'm amazed that you were just going to be a sophomore. For somebody who is new to this world, that is considering our student news program, what would you say to them?
I would say don't stress at all. I remember the first day walking in, I was a wreck, but you really get through and it ends up being an amazing experience.
All right, well, from our entire team at FOX61, congratulations. What are you going to do with the money?
I'm going to save some. I'll spend some. I was thinking about taking my family out for some dinner, so, but otherwise I'm going to go shopping and enjoy.
There you go. A socially distanced dinner on Olivia. Congratulations, Doug. Thank you for your time. Please join us again next year. The tour is hitting the road tomorrow morning. Hoping to get one or two more stops out of the Storm Tracker as we continue to give away prize money to some talented and deserving students across the state of Connecticut. The Student News Awards Tour with FOX61's own version of Ed McMahon on the road again tomorrow starting at 7. Tim Lammers, some impressive students this morning.
Yes, and you certainly drew the short straw getting to